Kobe did great.
Who did great?
Kobe did great. He looked good in practice today. He looked good in the scrimmage. You can tell he's getting his legs under him. His wind is good. The rust is starting to come off. That's all I can tell you. He looked good.
Kobe's talked about how for him that there's no checklist anymore physically, that he knows everything he needs to know about his health. But for you, is there still a checklist of getting confident with his health or his fitness? Or?
No, I have no checklist as well as far as his health is concerned. Mine is just more of the more he plays, the more his timing and everything comes back. Then he'll be able to get his legs up, under him and everything. So I have no checklist as far as that's concerned. As far as his health, mine is more of basketball-wise, just getting all the rust off.
How about with Steve?
Steve looked good too. They both looked really well. I mean, did everything in practice, but a couple of things I kept them out of just to make sure that they can go ahead and do the scrimmage at full tilt. And like I said, both of them did well.
Have you deviated from your original plan to sit Kobe out for the night session?
No, I haven't deviated from it.
Yesterday you talked about your defensive communication and you were pleased. What pleased you today as well?
It was better. It was better. Our guys, I think, were a little bit more on the string today. The communication was better. The rotations were better. Got a lot of deflections today, so our hands were much more active. As we said yesterday, each day this has got to be a progression of getting better and better each day, and I think today we got better as a basketball team.
What are the specific defensive principles that you have to instill before the first time you play another team?
Well, number one is, you got to definitely protect the paint. Number two is you got to guard your guy. Number three, we don't want to give up a whole bunch of penetration to the middle of the floor, so we want to try to cut the floor off in half. And then after that, number four really is when that shot goes up, we can't be watching the birds. Everybody's got to hit somebody and rebound the ball.
It looked like today in the scrimmage you put in some offense. Can you give us a percentage of what amount?
10%. Very vanilla stuff right now, just to get them going on the offensive end. But really trying to apply our defensive principles to it. But tomorrow we'll go over some more, or tonight really, we'll go over some more on the offensive end and get these guys a little bit more comfortable with it. And then tomorrow we'll go back to playing some more 5-on-5 and stuff.
Kobe he looked like his old self shooting a jumper, but one thing couldn't see in the scrimmage, and it was in the course of the scrimmages, drives to the basket and such, and athletic moves. Where is he with that, or can you even tell at this point?
Can't tell right now. Mark, right now he's doing this patent. He normally gets it at the elbow. I'm trying to get him at the mid post and in the post, and he's able to get to his spots and pull up and shoot it over people. But as far as trying to get to the basket and things like that, I think a lot of it today was because it gets a little clustered in there because the offensive guys still don't understand our spacing. So that's something that we got to continue to work on. But first day of working on offense, I'm not real displeased with it. But I love what I saw with Kobe and Steve.
Even in the previous workouts and scrimmage, you haven't seen a chance to see much of that yet?
Well, we haven't had any scrimmages at all. Okay. Today was the first that we went really 5-on-5 against each other, going up and down. Everything else has been script, and it's been half court, and it's been, this is what we're going to do, stop, just so I make sure that we do a lot of teaching. So this is the first time I kind of let them loose and said, all right, these are the sets we're going to play off of, and I just want you guys to play. We got referees. They're going to make calls.
B, do you have the ingredients to be a really good defensive team out there on the floor?
I think we do. I think a lot of times people think if you don't have great defensive players individually that you can't be a great defensive team. Well, I disagree with that. If you have guys who are smart, understand positioning, and can have a very good anticipation, moving on the string as we've always talked about, then you can be a very good defensive team. And that's what we're going to try to do. Just try to stay in front of people, keep people out of our paint as much as possible, and contest all shots. And then again, the biggest thing after that is you got to defensive rebound the ball.
With only 10% of your offense in, what's important offensively? What were the principles you preached to them as you introduced them to the Byron Scott system?
Screens, setups, spacing. Those are the three things I talked about, because yesterday when we were just kind of going through things, and I didn't give them any principles offensively. It was all on the defensive end, but I did tell them when we did 3-on-3 and 4-on-4, just play. And a lot of that's because I want to see if guys understand how to play. Just make a pass and standing still is not doing you any good. So today with the principles, it was more of set screens, good setups, keep your spacing. So that's what we're going to continue to work on.
Was that first five a pretty good preview of the starting five next Monday in the preseason opening?
I don't know. I think the first two guys, in the backcourt was a pretty good indication on who'll be starting Monday. Other than that, we'll just wait and see.
Byron, based on the principles you just said, who impressed you going up and down 5-on-5 offensively?
Well, again, Steve impressed me and Kobe impressed me. I mean, both of those guys for not playing basketball that much last year to be able to play the way they did today, and to be able to get up and down the floor the way they did yesterday and today. I was impressed, and we both, all of us knew. Myself, Gary Vitti, we all knew that today was very important to see how their body was going to react to yesterday, and both of them came in here saying they were feeling really good and ready for the day. So, I was really happy about that.
How'd you sleep last night after your first practice in anticipation of your second?
I slept like a baby last night. For the first time in a long time, I got about 6 straight hours of sleep, so it was good. It was a good night.
First
Kobe
day
nice
night
sleep,
scrimmage
6
for Julius. How does he look to you?
He looks okay. I mean, he's a rookie. Still has a long ways to go. I think the game right now is just a little too fast for him. But, again, repetition is very important. He's going to put the work in. I know that about him. And it's just a matter of him getting comfortable out there.
Kobe mentioned Ronnie Price both yesterday and today. What's standing out for you for him?
Well, the first thing with Ronnie is that he just defends. He's just a great on-the-ball defender, great weak side help defender, and he's tough as nails. Offensively, he knows everything that we put in today. As soon as we put it in, first group ran it, second group ran it, and he called everything out. So, obviously he's got very good high basketball IQ, and I think his experience is obviously helping him too.
Kobe said after today that he still had some left in the tank. If he were to come up to you today and said, hey, Coach, I know that you probably don't want me practicing that second practice, is it something you guys would maybe reevaluate, or is it kind of different?
No. You got something left in the tank, that's great.
Save it for tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow.
I don't
What?
know if this was asked. Is Ryan Kelly set out with a hamstring thing? Is he precautionary?
Yeah, precautionary. Just had a little tweak in it, So obviously, this is not the stage and time to be really pushing it, So we're just going to sit him out until we feel that it's better, and then he'll, be back in there participating.
How's Jordan Clarkson doing, the rookie?
He's doing good. He's doing well. The first thing with Jordan is that he came in very good shape, So, but again, he's in the same boat as Julius as far as the game is just a little too fast for him. He just has to learn to slow down. And again, as long as we keep going through this, this process of just going through all the plays on both ends of the floor, I think it will slow down because he'll gain that experience and that confidence that he needs.
Coach, 2 practices in, your thoughts on Jeremy Lin, both offensively and defensively?
I like him a lot. I really do. On defense, he really knows where to be, and he's gritty, just like I knew he would be. He's going to guard you to the best of his ability, and he never gives up on a play. Offensively, he runs the team, gets to the basket. I love the way he pushes the ball in the open floor. So he hasn't disappointed me at all.